Russia's brutal, full-scale invasion of Ukraine on the 24th of February 2022 shocked the world.
It was a shock because it was the first time one European country had invaded another European country for 3/4 of a century. We thought we'd finished with that after the Second World War, and here we were once again facing a scenario that we'd hoped and thought we would never face again.
The invasion demanded an immediate response from NATO and allies.
We began to focus intensively on NATO's response, looking at ways to support Ukraine, but also looking at our own deterrence and defence to make sure that we were able to protect ourselves better.
Since then, NATO allies have provided unprecedented levels of support to Ukraine.
NATO stands with and supports Ukraine, today and in the years to come, not only because we share common values, but because our security is interlinked. We all support your sovereignty, your security, and your pursuit of peace.
It's a question of moral obligation that we support another European country which is being brutally attacked by its neighbour, and we need to do everything that we can to help them. If we let Russia get away with this attack on Ukraine, who knows what conclusions it will draw about what it can do in the future.
NATO and allied support to Ukraine spans a broad range of areas: weapons, air defence systems, training, fuel, medical supplies and non-lethal aid. For 2026 alone, allies pledged €70 billion in military equipment, assistance and training, and they will pledge at least the equivalent for 2027.
99% of all the defence support that goes to Ukraine comes from NATO countries. I think that says a lot about the strength of the relationship between Ukraine and NATO.
Initiatives like the Prioritised Ukraine Requirements List, or PEARL, help identify Ukraine's most urgent military needs and match them with support from allies and partners.
Since we started PEARL last summer, it has supplied around 75% of all missiles for Ukraine's Patriot batteries and 90% of the missiles used in other air defense systems.
Without the capabilities provided by PEARL, Ukraine would not be able to defend itself in the way that it does now. We'd see far more devastation, we'd see far more civilian casualties.
Across the alliance, Ukrainian troops are receiving training in different areas, including battlefield tactics, medical support and air defence. To date, tens of thousands of Ukrainian personnel have taken part in programmes delivered by NATO allies. The NATO Security Assistance and Training for Ukraine, or NSATU, helps coordinate these efforts as the war continues to evolve.
The Ukrainians now have one single point of entry for their support. We have the capacity, we have the expertise, training, maintenance, equipment support, and so of course make life easier for the Ukrainian forces in terms of getting their support and can focus on the actual fight.
It's them fighting the war right now, it's not us. We are really doing 100% what we can do to improve those soldiers.
NATO's support extends beyond the battlefield. Through its representation to Ukraine, NATO works closely with Ukrainian authorities, allies and partners to coordinate assistance and support reform efforts. The NATO-Ukraine Council also provides a forum for NATO allies and Ukraine to meet as equal participants for consultation. And through the Comprehensive Assistance Package, or CAP, allies provide a broad range of non-lethal assistance and long-term support programmes, including medical assistance and rehabilitation projects for wounded Ukrainian personnel.
CAP includes support for 5 military rehabilitation centres, so Ukraine's brave defenders get the care they deserve.
This is absolutely critical for the individuals on the battlefield so that they know if they are wounded, they're going to get the care they need and fully rehabilitated.
From physical rehabilitation to long-term recovery, the programme is helping injured Ukrainian soldiers adapt to life after injury and rebuild their futures. But NATO's support for Ukraine is far from a one-way exchange. The Joint Analysis, Training and Education Centre, or JTEC, brings NATO and Ukrainian personnel together to identify lessons from the battlefield and apply them to future operations and strategy.
We see JTEC as a two-way street. One line transmits specific Ukrainian knowledge and experience to NATO on how the modern war looks like. This allows allies and the whole organization to speed up its procedures and training. The other line leads to Ukraine interoperability with the alliance.
From drone warfare and battlefield innovation to the speed of procurement and adaptation, lessons from Ukraine are helping shape NATO's approach to future security challenges.
We, of course, get also information in terms of frontline experiences with our Western weapon systems. We as Western forces need to identify, of course, and learn these lessons, because this will be crucial for us in the future.
European and NATO governments and European and NATO populations as well understand that this is a long-term struggle for Ukraine and that Ukraine needs our support. It's more than just the security of Ukraine, it's the security of all the population of Europe, and we need to make sure that we get it right.
NATO's support for Ukraine remains broad and comprehensive and evolves continuously. Together, NATO allies and Ukraine are adapting to new challenges on and beyond the battlefield, helping shape the future security of both Ukraine and the alliance.